Hey everyone, welcome to Perfect eLearning. In this video, we are going to learn how to manipulate Google Sheets using Google's API and Python. Firstly, let us create a blank Google Sheet by clicking on the plus icon here. Now let us give the name to Google Sheets as Tutorial API. Let us insert few random data like the first column will be of roll number, the second column will be student, name, and the third column will be the age. Let us go the roll number as 12, 13. I'm just giving random values, and 14. The names will be ABC, DEF, and GHI. And let the ages be 21, 20, and 22. Okay. Now let's save the file. Yes, it's saving. Save to drive. Perfect. Now let us log into Google's console developer. So console.cloud.google.com. You can head over to this site and make sure you select your account here. Now click on select a project, create a new project. Let's also name the project as Tutorial API. You can give any name of the project. Don't select any organization for now. Just simply create it. Yes, our project is creating Tutorial API. Let's wait for a second. Yes, it's created. Now we have to select the Tutorial API project. So this is our basic page of the product. We need to give access to certain APIs. Go to APIs and services. Click on the library. Now we will be getting all the APIs of Google. Let us search for Google Drive. Because we are updating the Google Sheets, right? So we need the access for Google Drive's API. Google Drive API, simply click on it. Then click on the enable option to enable Google Drive API. Yes, now it's enabling. It will take some time. Yes, the Google Drive API is successfully enabled. As we can see the disable API option here. Now again, go to the APIs and services and enable APIs and services. You need to enable one more API, that is the Google Sheets API. Google Sheets API, because we want to update the Google Sheets, right? So we need to select it and then we need to enable the same API. Yes, it is enabled, as we can see here. Perfect. Now what we need to do is, let's click on the credentials here. We'll be creating few credentials and a service account. Let's first manage the service account. No rows to display. No rows to display. We need to create our service account first. Let's create it. Let's give the name as tutor1. Create and continue. No need of description. Then let's select a role, basic role with editor access. Let's continue. No need to fill any of the columns. You can simply click on the done option here. Yes, it's created. Now click on the three icons here, three dots icon, that is actions. Go to manage keys. We need to set a private key, add a key, create new key because we haven't created any existing key. Always select the JSON format because we'll be using the credentials in JSON, that is JavaScript object notation. Yes, it's created. As we can see, the file is here. You can simply click on open the file to get your credentials. So these are my credentials. I'm getting a private key ID, private key, client email, client ID, and etc. I'll be just copying this. Now let's go to our ID like PyCharm or Atom. I'm using PyCharm. So here is our PyCharm. Let's create a new file and name it as credentials.json. New file. Let's name it creds.json. It's created. Now we'll copy paste the same credentials here, the file which got automatically downloaded. We can see the ID, key ID, private key, client email, and etc. Make sure you won't share these details with anyone, because if you share them, they will have the access to your Google's API. Now, what we need to do is we need to give access for the Google's API to manipulate this Google Sheet. So go to the details here. We are having advanced settings. Click on it. Okay, make sure you have the same settings as here. Now copy paste the email from here, because this will be the email that our Google API will be using to access the tutorials API Google Sheet. Now click on the share option here. Paste the email ID which we have clicked here. Then editor access. Yes, send. Yes, access is updated. Now, if we again click on the share option, we'll be getting that this is also shared tutor1@tutorial API, which is our Google's API, our unique API. Now let's click on done. So the first part is done. That is giving access of our tutorials API Google Sheet to the Google's API. You can simply go to the project and click on it. Click on I am an admin. Yes, we have access for both of these. Perfect. Now you can go to PyCharm. Before writing the code, we need to install a few modules. Click on the terminal here. Write pip, no caps lock, pip, install, go out to client, because we need to authenticate, right? After it successfully gets installed, you also need to install Google Spread. So we'll install it. Google Spreadsheet, GSPREAD. Perfect. Yes, it's also installed. Now let's import the libraries here. Import GSpread. Now let's also import the service account credentials from authentication from OAuth to client.service account. We want to import our service account credentials. Service account credentials, perfect. And also let's import prettyprint from prettyprint. What prettyprint does is it prints in a nice formatted way. Let us check it out in the last part of the video when we'll be printing the results. Now, one thing we need to do is we need to give the URL for the Google's API. I'm copy pasting the URL, all the URLs here. Please make sure you also copy paste the same URLs or type them. One of the URLs spreadsheets.google.com feeds and googleapis.com and googleapis.com drive.file and on drive. We need to mention all the 4 URLs in the scope. Then we'll be accessing them. First, let's view the credentials. So credentials is equals to service account credentials, the method we have imported from the service account over to client. So we need to give the credentials to it. Dot from JSON key file name. The file name in which we have our credentials is creds.json. So we'll be giving creds.json. And then the URLs are mentioned in the variable scope. There are a list of URLs and we'll be passing it. Now we need to have a client session where we'll be authorizing the given credentials. So client is equals to Google Spread. It's Google Spread. GS spread dot authorize the given credentials. If they are succeeded, what we'll be doing here is we'll be opening the sheet. Sheet is equals to client dot open the sheet name, which you have named here, that is tutorial API. Let's go here and write tutorial API. And also we need to write the method sheet1. What sheet1 is, the client searches for tutorial API and it will take the first sheet which is most matched to the tutorial API. If there is no file named as tutorial API and we have file named as tutorials API, then it will be taking the sheet because we have given the sheet1 method. Now let's get all the records data. Let's print sheet dot get all records. Let's run the cell. It may take some time because it needs to authenticate. Yes, we are getting roll number 12, student name, ABC, age 21, but we need to scroll it like this. This is not so good. So what we'll be doing here is let's write pprint, that is pretty print, and let's again run the code. Now the values are printed prettily, age, roll number, student name, which is more nice. So instead of the normal print, we'll be using pretty print, that is pprint. So now we have got all the records from our Google Sheets. Let's update one. Let's add 15. Let's give the name as QWE and the age as 19. Let's save the file. It's saving. Perfect. Now again, let's come to our PyCharm and run the same code. We need to get 4 data records now. Yes, age 19, roll number, student name. Perfect. The code is working perfectly fine. We have done to get all the records. What if we want a particular row? Let's also try it. Row is equals to sheet dot row values. We want the row values at the given index, let us say 0, and print the row. We'll get the values which are at row 0. Yes, we have got the roll number, student name, and age, which are at column, that is at row 1. Now, what if we want the values at row 2? We'll run the same cell, we'll change the value of 2. Now we'll get the values 12, ABC, and 21, which are first row. Let us give 5th row, and let's run the code now. Let us see what output we'll be getting. 15, QW, 19. Yes, it is the 5th row as mentioned here. So now we have also got a particular row value. What if we want a particular column's value? Let's also check it. Column is equals to sheet dot call values of a given index. Let us say 1, that is the first column, and let's print the column. Let's run the cell here. We need to get roll number 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, it is the first column here. Let's also try for second column and third column. Let's run the cell again. We need to get the output as student name and the names. Yes, let's also try for the third column. We'll be getting all the ages, 21, 20, 22, and 19. Yes, perfect. So now we have also learned how to access the column data. Now let us check a specific column's data. So cell is equals to sheet.cell, it's CEL cell of int, let us give 1, 1 dot value. And finally, let's print the cell, it's CEL here. Now let's run the cell. So we got the roll number because the first column, first row element is roll number. What if we change the column value to 2? We must get the student name. Yes, perfect. Now let us change the value to 3, third row and third column. We must get the value as 20. Let us change to 3 and 3. Let's run the cell again. Yes, we have got the value 20. The code is working perfectly fine. Now let us learn how to get the total number of rows present inside the Google Sheet. What we'll be doing here is count is equals to count is equals to len of sheet dot get all records, which we have done here. Here we'll be getting all the records. Now we'll print how many records are there. Let's print the count. Let's run the cell. Okay, we got 4 rows. How? This is the first, second, third, and fourth. It has automatically excluded the headings. Perfect. Let us create one more data here. 16. The name may be something like this, and the age is of 34. Let's save it. Yes, it's getting saved. Save to drive. Now let's again run the cell. Now we must get value as 5 because there are 5 rows in total. Yes, perfect. Now we have learned how to read the data from a Google Sheet. Now let us learn how to update the data present in a Google Sheet. Let's comment out this. So suppose let us say we want to insert a row. So the data, row data is equals to, the name is ZXCV. Okay, first we need to enter the roll number. Let us give the roll number as 1. The name is ZXCV and the age can be, okay, 19. Let us say. Now we can simply call the sheet method dot insert row. We need to give the row data here and also the index where we want to keep it. If we give the index value as 2, it will be changing this 2 with the given details. Now let us run the cell and let us check here what it will happen. Yes, 1ZXCV19. It automatically got updated. Perfect. Let us insert one more data like the roll number. Let us say 2. The name will be ASDF and the age will be, let us say 76. Now let us insert this at 3, or let us same insert it at 2 and let us check what will happen. Yes, we got the data 2 ASDF and 76, which is inserted at the second row. This is how we insert data into Google Sheet by giving the list of values of a particular row and the index of the row where we want to insert it. Now, what if we want to delete a particular row? Let us comment out this and let us write sheet dot delete row. Let us say we want to delete the row at index 2. Let us run the cell. Let us check out which one will get deleted. Yes, the one at 2 is deleted. Now let's again run the cell with row value as 3. First, let us check what is in 3, 12, ABC, and 21. Perfect. Now let us run the cell. Let us check what's going to happen. Yes, 12 ABC is removed. So now we have also learned how to delete a particular row from the Google Sheets. Now what we'll be doing is, we will update a particular cell, that is using the sheet dot update cell. Let us give the row and column value. Let us say the row is 2 and the column is 1. We want to update it to 12. Row is 2 and column is 1. We want to update the value to 12. Now let us run the cell again and let us see what's going to happen. It's now 1. It must be updated to 12. Yes, it's updated. Perfect. Now we also want to change the age here. What we'll be doing, we'll go to the same row, the row 2, and the column will be C, which is 3. So we'll write 3 here. And then let's give the age value something as 5. Now let's run the cell again. Let us check what's going to happen here. Okay, 9. Yes, it's updated to 5. Perfect. So this is how we manipulate Google Sheets using the Google's API with Python. Let us learn all the methods we have done till now. I'm uncommenting all the code here. To get all the records from the data, we have used get all records. To get the row values that are at a particular index, we have used row values method. For get column at a particular index, we have used call values. For getting a particular value at given cell, we have used the method dot cell. And then to get the length of all the records, that is the data present in the Google Sheet, we have used the len method. And then we have learned how to insert data by giving a list of data, that is a list of values at a particular index to be inserted. And then we have learned how to delete the data at a particular row by giving an index. And finally, we have learned how to update a given cell. So this is how we manipulate Google Sheets. After completing successfully, you need to remove the account. Simply go to IAM, click on the settings, click on shutdown here. You need to copy paste the same project ID as mentioned here, copy paste it and shut down. Shutting down the project tutorial API. Yes, it is shut down. Now there are no current APIs running in our Google Cloud Console. If we run the code again, we'll be getting an error. So hope you all have understood how to manipulate the Google Sheets using the Google's API and Python code. Thank you, everyone.